Mia, how do you identify a good dentist?
Well, I think it's important to know that dentistry is brutal. It's a very hard job. We're working in the craziest environment, inside someone's face, it's wet, all the materials need to only stick if things are dry, which is crazy. There's the tongue, there's blood vessels. It's very hard. And a lot of dentists get into dental school and they just don't make it. But the way to identify a reputable dentist for me would be one that's passionate, one just really loves what they're doing. That's a great place to start.
Yeah.
How would you identify like a passionate dentist? You're a very passionate dentist, so.
I reckon most dentists are pretty good, okay? Like we went through dental school, our year was like really good. I think it was like about 50 people in our year, and of those people, I can't identify anyone that I'd say that I wouldn't go and see or if I needed treatment done. I think most dentists are good. When it comes down to more complex treatment, you want someone whose their heart's in it. They're passionate about it. The motivation is not money. The motivation is to do awesome cases, to do the best work. We're all competitive. We want to do the best cases. We want to do the best technical dentistry, and we want our mates to see it. That's just how it is. We're never going in there to do bad work. Everything we do, we want it to be awesome, and you need to find someone who just loves it. If you don't love it, it's a tricky job to do well. Hey?
It is. And there's going to be sometimes we have complications, and the treatment that we were planned for might not go exactly right. So you want to know that your dentist will be there to support you if that happens, or if you have an emergency or something just goes wrong, you have an infection, you have some pain. You just want to know that your dentist loves you, really cares about his patients and you, and that they'll do everything they can to see you as soon as they can.
I think with dentistry, complications happen. It's like anything. In medicine, you can have a knee surgery done, and if that knee replacement fails in a year's time, they call it a revision surgery. In dentistry, we're so hard on ourselves. If anything goes wrong, we think, oh my God, we're the worst dentist in the world. But things do go wrong. Things don't work 100% of the time.
Exactly. There's the factors the dentist controls, there's the factors the patient controls, but then there's so many factors that are out of both people's control.
Yeah, the key thing is you want someone who's going to help you out, right? And if something goes wrong, they're going to be there for you. They're going to say, okay, this isn't what you expected. This isn't what you paid for. We're going to do everything we can to make sure we get to that finished result. Okay, it might mean a little bit more work. We're not going to charge you any extra. We're just going to sort this out. Too many times I have patients come in and they talk about failed treatment and not getting money back, having to spend a fortune on remedial work. And that's when you really want to be aware of, you need someone who's going to discuss that at the start. What could potentially go wrong? What are potential other costs? It's the surprise cost that kills people,
And that comes from experience. So as you've done lots of cases, you can predict what's going to happen, what might be a bit uncertain. And that's a definition of really good, really experienced dentists. They can just give you the heads up. It's so much better to be told something before it happens rather than being surprised, especially when it's painful.
And I think dentistry's changed a lot, okay? It's a really competitive area. There's a lot of dentists around, there's a lot of practices. And with competition comes marketing. And I think if there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of hot air, it's very theatrical, then you've got to be a little bit questioning about what's going on here. You just want to find someone who just likes doing dentistry.
Exactly, because if they really care about dentistry, their dentistry kind of is their signature. That's how they speak for themselves, right?
Quality of your work reflects your passion and how into it you are.
Yeah, and it takes time to get your quality up. And it did for me. I wasn't the best dental student. It took me a long time to get to where I was, and I had to study extra. But you get there in the end. You don't have to be the smartest cookie to get there.
Yeah, I think 10 years in the game, you're usually fairly proficient at your job.
You kind of have seen most things by
You've seen it already, yeah.